The thief of joy. Let's talk about the silent killer of joy, the unseen architect of anxiety, the quiet thief that slips into our lives and steals our sense of peace. It doesn't arrive with a bang, but with a whisper, a glance, a scroll through a screen. It's the nagging feeling that settles in your stomach when you see a friend's promotion, a colleague's new house, or a stranger's picture-perfect vacation online. We have a name for this thief, and it is comparison. And its sole purpose, its destructive mission, is to convince you that your life, your path, and your progress are simply not enough. It begins subtly. We are, by our very nature, social creatures. From the moment we are born, we exist in relation to others. Psychoanalysis teaches us this fundamental truth. We are perpetually tethered to the other, whether through the bonds of love, the need for recognition, or the complex web of our desires. We learn who we are by seeing ourselves reflected in the eyes of our parents, our friends, and our society. This connection is not a flaw. It is the very fabric of our humanity. We need the other to feel whole, to understand our place in the world. But within this essential connection lies a potential for a deep-seated problem. Because we are so attuned to the other, it becomes almost inevitable that we begin to use them as a measuring stick. It's a cognitive shortcut, a quick and easy way to gauge our own lives. Am I doing well? We ask ourselves. And instead of looking inward for the answer, we look sideways. We look at our neighbor's car, our cousin's career, the curated highlight reels of acquaintances on social media. The other becomes our parameter, our benchmark for success and failure. We create a league table in our minds, and we are constantly trying to figure out where we rank. This is where the poison seeps in. You see someone from your past, someone who started, you believe, from the same place as you. Now, they are celebrating a milestone that feels light years ahead of where you stand. And in that moment, a cascade of toxic emotions is unleashed. You feel a pang of envy, a wave of frustration, a sudden, overwhelming sense that you are being left behind. The world feels like it's moving at a frantic pace, and you are stuck in the slow lane, watching everyone else speed past. Anxiety takes hold. A frantic sense of urgency begins to dictate your choices. You feel a desperate need to catch up, to do more, to be more. But here is the crucial, tragic irony. This anxiety, this frustration, this suffocating haste rarely springs from the fact that our own path is genuinely bad or unfulfilling. On the contrary, we might have a wonderful, meaningful life unfolding right in front of us. The problem arises because we have stopped looking at our own path. We have become obsessed with the path of another. We desire their journey, their victories, their destination, forgetting that we were never meant to walk their road in the first place. And in this behavior, in this constant draining act of comparison, hides the greatest trap of all. When we report to the other as a term of comparison to define the parameters of our own lives, we commit a profound act of violence against ourselves. We diminish our own existence. We strip ourselves of our individuality, our sacred uniqueness. We take the vibrant, one-of-a-kind tapestry of our life and try to trim it to fit the frame of someone else's. Think about it this way. Your journey is entirely your own. To compare it is to fundamentally misunderstand its purpose. When we compare, we cease to be the protagonists of our own stories. We become secondary characters in someone else's narrative, constantly looking over their shoulder to read our lines. We stop walking with our own feet, steady on our own ground, and we begin to trip and stumble in the footsteps of others. We trade our authentic gait for a clumsy, painful imitation. Our own rhythm is lost, replaced by a desperate, offbeat attempt to match a tempo that was never composed for us. We must grasp this fundamental truth. Every single one of us starts from a different initial condition. We are born into different families with different economic realities, different emotional landscapes, different genetic predispositions, and different innate talents and challenges. We carry different baggage from our past and harbor different dreams for our future. Given this infinite array of variables, how could any two paths possibly be the same? It is a statistical and spiritual impossibility. To expect your journey to mirror another's is like expecting two completely different seeds, planted in different soils, with different amounts of sun and water, to grow into identical trees. It defies the laws of nature. One of the most powerful and direct condemnations of this habit came from an American president, a man known for his robust and vigorous approach to life. Theodore Roosevelt famously said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." It's a short, simple, and devastatingly accurate sentence. It doesn't say comparison is unhelpful or misguided. It calls it a thief. It is an active agent that robs you of one of life's most precious resources, your capacity to feel joy in your own lived experience, right here, right now. It steals the satisfaction of your own hard-won progress, the pleasure of your own small victories, and the contentment of your own present moment. If you're enjoying this content, please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Your support helps this channel grow and allows me to continue creating content like this. Feel free to share this with someone who might need to hear it, and leave a comment below sharing your own experiences. It helps us all feel a little less alone on our journeys. Now, let's get back to how we can reclaim our path. So how do we fight back against this thief? How do we reclaim our joy and our journey? It starts by consciously, deliberately, and repeatedly shifting our focus inward. It requires us to undertake the brave work of self-discovery, a quest that the great Danish philosopher and theologian Søren Kierkegaard pointed to when he wrote about finding the idea for which I can live and die. For Kierkegaard, the ultimate task was not to understand the world objectively, but to find the truth that was true for him. This is the antidote to comparison, the search for your own truth, your own idea, your own path. This means you must learn to visualize your own path as a sacred road that cannot be traveled by anyone else. It is a unique trail carved into the landscape of existence, designed for your feet and your feet alone. It has its own unique set of challenges, its own breathtaking views, its own treacherous turns, and its own beautiful, hidden resting spots. Walking it is your life's work. To look away from it, to covet another's road, is to abandon your sacred duty to yourself. When you feel the urge to compare, to look over at that other road, pause, take a breath, and bring your eyes back to the ground beneath your own feet. Ask yourself, what is my next step? Not their next step, but mine. What challenge is right in front of me that requires my attention? What small joy can I find on my path today? What am I grateful for in my own unique journey? This practice of radical self-focus is not selfish. It is essential. It is how you honor the life you have been given. You must learn to celebrate the progress of others without using it as a weapon against yourself. See their success not as a measure of your failure, but as a beautiful expression of their unique journey. Applaud them. Be happy for them. Their light does not dim your own. In fact, a world where more people are shining their unique light is a brighter world for everyone. Their journey has nothing to do with yours, and that is not a tragedy. It is a blessing. It frees you to focus entirely on your own. This is not an easy task. The temptation to compare is everywhere. It is woven into the fabric of our competitive society and amplified 1,000 times over by the digital world we inhabit. It will be a daily practice, a moment-by-moment choice to pull your attention back from the noise of the world and place it on the signal of your own soul. And this is the final, most important piece of guidance. You must learn to listen to the voice within you. It is often a quiet voice, a whisper. The clamor of comparison, the loud shouts of external validation, the roar of societal expectations, all of this noise can easily drown it out. But your inner voice is still there. It is the voice of your intuition, your authentic self. It is the part of you that knows your path, that knows what is truly right for you beyond all comparison and external judgment. You have to create silence to hear it. Turn off the phone. Go for a walk in nature. Sit in quiet contemplation. Do whatever it takes to quiet the external world so you can finally hear the gentle, steady wisdom that resides within you. This voice doesn't speak in terms of being better than or further along than. It speaks in terms of alignment, purpose, and peace. It whispers, "This way. This is your way." Stop letting comparison destroy you. Stop letting it steal your joy. Your journey is a masterpiece in the making, and it can have only one artist, you. Embrace your unique starting point. Honor your unique struggles. Celebrate your unique victories. Walk your own path with courage, with focus, and with love for the incredible, unrepeatable person you are. Listen to that whisper. It's guiding you home to yourself. And that is the only destination that has ever truly mattered.